Space Shuttle Challenger. After learning of the issue, NASA should have looked into the items that were unknown or that they didn't have enough information on. It is almost always the unknown that makes itself known. From the handout, it seemed as if NASA did not have a solid idea of what temperature the O-rings could withstand. They also should have been heavily monitoring the temperature during the night and the morning of the launch, if that was such an unknown factor for what temperature the O-rings could withstand. When the temperatures dropped down to as low as 8 degrees Fahrenheit, then that should have been a huge flag, as the lowest temperature that was known for any O-ring or solid rocket booster was 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Because of the temperatures being so low, the ice inspection team thought that the amount of ice that was on the platform was a huge concern, but still, the launch director decided to move forward with the launch. What is crazy is that it was known that the predicted temperatures at launch was going to be 26 degrees Fahrenheit, but because there was no documented data of the O-rings being tested below 53 degrees Fahrenheit, this meant there was no proof that they would fail below that temperature. NASA should have considered and paid the closest attention to the information that was coming from the engineers who were working the closest on the project. All in all, the decision to launch was based off of a guess and not really knowing if the O-rings would hold with temperatures as low as they were predicted to be. This was a management decision to launch, and not all departments were involved or communicated with on the concern of the O-rings. Essentially, NASA could have postponed the launch to a day with better weather. There is nothing I would change that Boys Jolie did. It was his recommendation that they don't launch Challenger, and he also tried to convince his senior management to stay with their original decision in not launching. I think he was right and brave in standing by his decision in not launching, because he was one of the main engineers working closely on the project and knew the problems that it was facing. Whether his chances were slim to none at finding another job or had a family to support, I feel like he did the right thing and was a great example for his family in standing by what he believed to be the right thing to do. He displayed goodness and integrity within his character. I believe that the responsibility that I would have as an engineer to be loyal to management and to protect the public welfare would not be violated in any way, or would I see it as a sacrificing for one for the other. I believe that the main responsibility as an engineer should be to protect the welfare of the public, and that should come before being loyal to management. I also believe that you will almost always be loyal to management if management is being true to their responsibility as an engineer in protecting the welfare of the public and keeping the public's best interest in mind. Safety should always be number one, especially when it comes to being loyal to a superior. It may be hard to do when it involves your career on the line, but it is the ethical and right thing to do.